Hey guys, it's Scott here, CEO of Freedom Property Investors. We're the largest community of investors in the whole entire country, and we're backed up by Australia's biggest and most accurate research team when it comes to property. In fact, the co-founder of Freedom Property is Liana Pan, a data scientist, an actuary, and one of Australia's top property investors. Now, we get asked all of the time, what do these recent lockdowns, what does it actually mean for the economy? Now, I'm going to tell you, it actually means something really great, because when you hold back a really strong force, and if you hold that back and that force grows and grows and grows while you're holding it back, and then you release that force, what you actually have is a tsunami of growth. And that is in fact what this lockdown is actually doing for the economy right now. Let me explain two specific things. Number one, the government controls interest rates. Now, they control interest rates to be able to control how much money is flowing through the economy and how much investment is going on in the economy. You see, the government doesn't want the economy to get too hot, and it doesn't want it to get too cold. When the economy is growing incredibly fast, they rise interest rates to stop people from spending. And when the economy is going really slow, they lower interest rates to stimulate spending. So with more spending comes more economic activity, and then the economy begins to heat up. Now, because of these lockdowns, what this actually means, it means that there is going to be a delay for when we get back to total normal economic activity. What that means is we're gonna see a more extended period of time of low interest rates. And this is very good if you're a landlord, if you own property, if you rent out property to other people. We already saw in 2020, everyone paid their rent, the government supported people, and it was protected, property was protected. Prices have actually gone up since then. So owning property during these times is a powerful thing for cash flow, for tax deductions, and also for long-term capital growth. And because of these recent lockdowns, we're going to see interest rates stay low longer, because obviously the government needs to keep the interest rates low to keep up spending, to keep people spending. Now, thing number two that you need to be aware of is the velocity of money. People have actually been saving away a lot of cash over the last 12 to 18 months. People are sitting on big war chests of cash. They have not been spending, they have not been going overseas, they've been tightening up all of their spending, they're wondering what's gonna happen, they're building up their cash reserves. And what that is what they call pent up demand. All of that cash wants to get spent, all of that cash wants to go out into the community, it wants to be spent. People wanna get out and spend it on restaurants and activities and travel and different things that they wanna buy. They're just waiting for things to get back to normal to be able to go out and spend it. So people are delaying certain purchases. I want a new TV, let's delay it. I want a new car, let's delay it. I want to do a renovation on my property, let's delay it. Now, all of these delays are accruing and they're building up. And what's actually going to happen as we get back to normal in an environment of low interest rates, all of this pent up demand is going to be released. And what this means is that there is going to be huge velocity of money. What is velocity of money? Well, this is the amount of times that money changes hands. Now think about this for a moment. I go to work and I get paid, let's say I've got $100. Now that $100, I spend that $100 with someone else. Let's say I order some food, I spend that $100. That $100 is now in someone else's hands. Now that person has that $100, and then maybe they pay some staff wages, and that person that has staff wages goes out and spends that $100. Now it's changed from my employer's hand to my hand, from my hand to this restaurant's hand, from the restaurant owner's hand to the employee's hand, and then it keeps bouncing around the more times people spend it. Now, if people are not spending that many times, the velocity of money is slow. If people are spending and spending and spending, and if money changes hands many times in a short space of time, the velocity of money increases. More velocity of money, the hotter the economy runs, and the more wealth overall is created, the more goods and services, the more employment. Now, ultimately, we're also seeing that the government is printing up money, they're injecting new money into the economy. So what will happen is this: the new money will come in, the velocity of money will increase. Ultimately, that money circulates around until it lands into particular people's hands that have a surplus of money. Now, when that money floats around and lands up in the hands with someone that has a surplus of money, what do people with surpluses of money do? They put their surplus away into investments and savings. And by the way, we don't get any interest on our savings right now at the bank. And that's why people are pushing their money into assets such as the share market and also into property. Some people are obviously investing into gold and silver and things like that too. A big, vast chunk and majority of it will go into property. So this force of the velocity of money, what this actually means, combined with the government injecting new money into the economy, it means a surplus of money. Ultimately, this money will circulate until it lands into the hands of people with a surplus. People with a surplus are going to store it away in places which is safe, store it away in places which will multiply for them. And for the majority of Australians, that is residential property. This means that the prices on residential property will continue to grow. So guys, I hope you've taken a lot from this. I hope you learn a lot from this video, and wishing you guys a lot of success with your financial destiny and your financial future. And I hope that this has taught you some of the strategies and some of the thinking of the rich and the wealthy. Take care.